Okay. Hello, hello. Awesome. So, hello, welcome to another virtual production live stream. Cool. And hey, people in Discord, and hey, YouTube. Yep, just starting up another virtual production live stream / hangout / clinic thing. Do these every Thursday, and it's a good place to hang out and share notes on cool virtual production tips and tricks using the Offworld live streaming toolkit and all that entails. And then in general, just using Unreal Engine as well. Yeah, we do these streams once a week, usually around the same time, usually 4 PM on a Thursday, 4 PM British summer time, but this time it's 3 PM. But yeah, it's been really good for just hanging out. Usually get a few people in the Discord able to just share notes, chat about things, jump in with comments, and then also on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. You should get a slightly better quality stream if you want to follow anything along, and also welcome to add any comments as we go along, or jump in the Discord and feel free to share your screen for in-depth kind of guidance for any of your specific kind of project stuff. This week we're doing Composure, using Composure for kind of AR elements. Some people have asked about this. Usually Composure is used for having CG over the top of like talent, but actually one of the first Composure tutorials out there is actually the other way around, and it's putting a media plate that's like a piece of media with a CG layer over the top. So I've just used this Tony Hawk level for now because it's a cool example. He could be like, hey, what am I doing in this Tony Hawk level? But you know, you could use any media. You could also take this one step further and use some camera tracking or some live link data from a phone to move the digital camera alongside your phone, and you could have a real-time video feed going in, which we'll kind of talk about this time, but for now I'm just going to show you the setup for getting a kind of shadow layer in here. I appreciate the shadows are facing totally the wrong way with this one, but it's a good start. So this is kind of what's actually going on in your Unreal Engine scene. I've got this kind of cycle that I made, and got my CG. The cycle is just taking the shadow, and it's kind of pasting that shadow over the top of any media that you want to put in. So just to demonstrate, I'll just show that we've got this media plate. This can be any texture. So just thought I'd use this Tony Hawk level as a fun example. Because this is a Composure input, it could also be like real-time camera feed. But yeah, again, we'll go into that later, or maybe look at the tracking another time. But yeah, I'll just run through the setup, and then also if anyone's got any more questions, specific things to ask or go through, then after this quick sort of setup, yeah, we can do more specific questions and things. Cool, so I did just make this, see if I can recreate this once again. Guess the best way to do it would just be start a new level. So yeah, let's jump out of here. Let's go just new level because I use a lot of the same assets. But it's interesting that like it's interesting that this is the first example of Composure use, because kind of this AR backplate kind of thing. But Unreal does have a kind of AR workflow as well. So I guess it's figuring out the best workflow that works for you. But yeah, there is the ability to use another kind of AR workflow. There are tutorials out there for that, but I quite like the idea of this Composure workflow. So yeah, I'm just starting a whole new level, and I'm going to start by creating a new comp, empty comp shot, and I call this like AR comp 2. This is the second one I'm making. We're going to start with a backplate, so a media plate. And leave that named as media plate. We can go to the input section here. Yeah, input section, I'm going to delete what's currently in there for inputs, and then go to create a texture input. So I'm just going to use a still image for now. So then you can just drag in a texture. I've even got this like short looping video which I'll play with in a little bit. But that can work as a texture input as well, just the same way. But yeah, I'm going to use this image of the Tony Hawk map. Just drop that in. And then I'm going to add a ALCG element because it just gets the colors really nice. I'm going to call this CG. Yeah, let's call this CG. And then leave this for now. Yeah, leave this for now. I'm going to do another ALCG element because this is going to be the shadows. And we want just a regular CG layer because it's just slightly better performance wise, but the colors aren't as nice. And this is going to be floor. So this is exactly copying. Why does that come in invisible right away? That's funny. This is exactly copying one of the first tutorials you find if you go Unreal Engine Composure. We're the top result, but this one here. So if you want to see a different tutorial for this, that is here. But yeah, I'll just show it here as well. And it's slightly different with the off-world tools. So CG layer. Maybe it's hidden because there's a missing camera. So let's go place a camera. Yeah, and that's going to make this silly little Composure copy camera. And yeah, that's visible now. So we got that. This is going to be called floor. Nice. I'm going to move all of this away. It's just in the middle. So let's move it all here. Cool, so we've got our whole comp, we've got a media plate, we've got CG, shadows, and floor. So let's get some more actors in here and start with this layer. So I made this cyc wall here, which I can go over making. It literally takes a couple minutes to make in Blender. So if people want to see that, we can go over how to make that afterwards. I'm going to make it a lot bigger. And I'm going to make sure it's not casting shadows. So lighting cast shadow. I feel like that should get rid of this, but it's not at the moment. We'll see. Thanks Chipco, nice to see you in here anyway. Yeah, thanks. Cool, cool. So yeah, I've got a cyc wall, and then we want our CG character. So I'm going to do the skeletal mesh version of this, which will be this one. And I do have the position all miles away because I exported them wrong. But when I add this animation, I can go use animation asset and look over shoulder. So yeah, now it's back to center. Cool, so this guy is way too big comparatively, so just making it a bit smaller. put him here, and you know, we got some shadow. That's the important thing. So that's cool. It's a bit noisy and stuff, but let's see how we go with this. Cool. So jumping in the camera, I can see we've got to change the settings. I'll go pilot camera, put him like here, and maybe I'll keep it. I did go to focal length and bring this right down last time, but let's see what happens if we keep it a bit more cinematic and maybe track that. Cool. Probably have to reposition that when we see it on top of the media plate, but that's alright. Cool, so now our CG layer has the camera input, shadow layer's got the same, and the floor got the same again. Cool, so now we need to do some capture actors, which it's a tricky bit to remember. So it's layers here. So we want one layer that's just the floor, and we want one layer that is just the actor, CG, and we want one layer that is both of these because we want the shadow being cast. I'm going to call that shadow. So then we need to assign these to capture these. So for the CG here, we'll go in the input section under Composure, we can do capture actors. And the CG wants to be just CG, include. We can check the alpha channel, yeah, that's good. The shadows wants to be both the CG include and the floor. Yep, cool. And then the floor is just the floor. Capture actors include floor. Cool, so I'm pretty sure that's what we need. Nice, nice. And then, so we just need to, we've got all that set. We just need to set up our transform pass. So we need that as the target camera. We need a transform pass. And we can create a new material. Save it in here. TP_AR2. So TP_AR2. Cool, and this is going to be a post-process material. Nice. Cool, and then we want a texture parameter 2D. And this is going to be like CG. This one's going to be media plate. Awesome. And then we want this one to be floor, and this one to be shadow. Cool. I'm just gonna double check this against my other one that I made earlier, just to be sure. Shadow over floor. Awesome. Simple enough. So we got the CG, this goes out, this goes into an overnode, into the A. This is all going to go out to emissive color. This media plate is going to be multiplied. So the shadow needs to be the top in the divide, and the floor needs to be the bottom in the divide. And then we want a multiply. This is all multiplied over with the media plate. That's just kind of combining the black and white image over the top of the media plate. And that's all going to go into the B of the over. I'll go through this again so we can try and understand it a bit more. But let's hook that up, and then let's hook up, make sure our names are correct here. So media plate goes in media plate 1, floor goes to floor, shadow goes to shadows, and nice, that's behaving as expected. We've got the image with the shadows over the top. We can jump into our camera and kind of reposition him, something like that. And you can see that when you get the edges, that's just the edges of this mesh. So, you know, with this in view, we can like extend the mesh. We also get this blowing out bit where the shadows are here. So I'm trying to find a way to make this not cast any shadow, which I could have a little look at, but for now, just found as a fix. If I, sorry, it's hard to show on one screen. If I just bring this all the way up, kind of lose the shadows, which is good. You lose that blown out section. So that's cool. We've got the bulk of that. And that's sort of how you would get started making this kind of shadow pass, shadow layer for your AR elements. This obviously is a static backplate image, so you would, you know, you'd be choosing to do a shot that's just got a static image as a backplate. That's cool, but you know, we could then go into making a bit of a sequence or something. Key this up here, jump out of here. Just checking in the Discord and the YouTube if anyone's got any thoughts or questions, let me know. This is not 5.4, no, this is 5.1 actually. I'm using quite an old project for this because I've got a load of Composure stuff set up in here. But we're working on our plugin for 5.4 at the moment. It's pretty near release, so just checking that over. Actually, so before we kind of jazz this up and add some animation and stuff, I'm just going to show you what's going on in the transform pass so we can try and understand it a bit more. This is kind of quite a good way to figure out what's actually going on in these transform passes. Cool, thank you, Atomski. Thanks a lot. Let us know if there's anything you want to look at in future videos or tutorials. Always looking for new ideas of things to check out. Cool, so yeah, kind of understanding these with a lot of shader stuff. What you'd usually do is do a start previewing node, and you can sort of see what's going on at this point of the chain, see how it changes as it goes on. But with Composure, you can't do that because it's these live real-time updating inputs. So what you can do is just say move it to the full output. It's kind of the same thing as start previewing node, and then you'll see the output here. So this floor layer, that's what this is. We've got the shadow layer, which is this. And then we've got the dividing of one over the other. So what does that do? Makes it really white, makes it blown out. So this is leading me to think this is why we're getting issues here, because we're getting some visible stuff here. So, you know, that's already helping me debug that. So we've got that black and white image that we're creating, and then that is being laid over the media plate with a multiply. So that's just letting the dark areas come through over the top. So there you can see that's the effect. And then we've got this sort of unwanted shadow here, which is why we're laying just this with the alpha. Oh, don't know why I'm not seeing the alpha there. Yeah, works anyway. We're laying just this over the top of this. So with the overnode, goes over the top. Yeah, and so that helps with really understanding how these shaders are working. You know, that kind of goes for any shader. If you want to really understand it, just go through it step by step like that. Hey, violent pixelation. Unfortunately, unable to get into the voice chat over in Discord due to company security. Fair enough. Fair enough. Feel free to type in the chat in the Discord if you want to ask questions. We can do it that way for now. It's all good too. Yeah, so yeah, we're understanding exactly why that shadow layer is coming over, so that's really good. Let's look at kind of sequencing this and stuff. What I do want to do is, can you go over the owl media output next time? Yeah, for sure. You're looking to control the frames per second. Yeah, it's a really good question. As I say, I don't think it's something that we've got built into our media output, but if there's any way I can find out to make sure the engine is capping it on the way out or something, or any other workaround, I'm really up to find a solution for that, because that's a really good point. If not, I'll make a ticket for it and we'll try and include it in a future release as an actual feature, because it's pretty important. So thanks for flagging that one up. It's really useful. So yeah, to like make this look a bit better, let's start by getting the texture on here. Got this just baked texture. Nice. Maybe, we could actually change the material in here to make it fit into the scene a bit more. We could do something like another desaturation. So I did a reverse desaturation to make it more saturated, but then maybe we could add like a scalar here. And make this like 0.5 desaturated, or not 0.7. It's kind of fitting in a bit better. But we could also do this just with the lighting in the scene. So let's leave that. Actually, I did like that. Let's leave that. That's one step to looking a bit better. Let's make it 0.63. Or you know what? Better yet, let's go material instance this. Put it in, and then use it as a slider. Something like that. Or we could go the other way. Yeah, like that. That's cool. That's cool. So yeah, I think the shadows are a bit softer, so we could see about that. And they're also facing the wrong way, so let's look at fixing that as well. So I'm kind of just noodling. I've gone through the main bulk of the tutorial, so if anyone's got anything else they want to chat about, do feel free. Now's the time. But yeah, maybe something like that. Let's make it a bit bigger. I think also, in general, this is all pixelated, so we could get a kind of fuzzy pixelate shader. I know you can do pixelations post-process material, so we could look at that. Cool. Nice. So yeah, let's fix this shadow direction as well. Oh yeah, also first let's get him dancing, because that's fun. So what I can do is go media, create a sequence, AR sequence 1 or something, whatevs. And we'll track this guy, and then we'll track an animation. Let's see what he's got. I quite like this one. Standing up. Pretty cool. By the way, the smeariness is because I'm using an old version. It's not there in future versions, which is cool. Yeah, it's just nice to see the shadow interacting nicely. I mean, we could even build this geometry into the level to make the shadow distort, but I think we're getting away with it all good. Also, we need the shadow facing the other way. Just realised he's massive for the scene. I think it looks quite cool though. Let's see. See what we got angles wise. Should really be. Oh, what have I done? Maybe it should be like this. That's quite cool. Even smaller. Depends what kind of shot we want, doesn't it? Pretty cute there, but you can't really see him. What about kind of camera field of view and stuff? We can make him in focus for one. What about this kind of shot? Yeah, preferred it where it was really, which is okay. Yeah, you can be the wrong size, that's all good. So yeah, you wouldn't have to like just eyeball this if you had more of an idea of the exact shot you wanted. But yeah, you can also get away with eyeballing it pretty well. Cool, so we got that. Let's animate him again. I'll just like undo the animation. Let's get a different one on anyway. Quite like this one because it's kind of like the Pulp Fiction meme of like, what the hell am I doing here? Shouldn't have smoked that stuff. Now I'm in the Tony Hawk's level. It does actually loop, which is nice. So that's cool. So next I want to change this shadow direction. And what I found is just changing the directional light is going to cause some issues. So, if I jump out, and that's hard to show you both these screens. Jump out and rotate this. So we want the shadow to be coming from there really, but what that's causing is more harsh shadows here. So this cycle is kind of struggling. So it looks like we can get away with just turning it. That's cool. But also these shadows are so harsh, aren't they? I think it's the element. Okay, must be this element. It's picking up some quite extreme shadows. So maybe we can just like turn this down in the transform pass. That's quite an epic shot now though, isn't it? Maybe a bit less bloom and stuff. So I guess maybe one thing we could do is use the sky atmosphere. What happens if we should turn down this intensity? Okay, everything goes. Sky atmosphere could be something that we could use. What is it? Sky, yeah, skylight, sorry. So this is the ambient light in the scene, right? Oh, I didn't like that. Oh no. Well, okay, that's done that now. Is that auto exposure? Maybe. Okay, Cinecam. Yeah, so switching that back to manual should get some more control over this. So that's funny that it's changing the media player as well. I think I know why that is. It's again because of this cycle being kind of lit by shadows. But let's eyeball it for now. We wanted like, I like that kind of level of lighting for the media plate, and then we'll try and boost the skylight, and if not we can try something else. So yeah, that's still changing the media plate as well. Okay, so first kind of bodge fix would be to turn it down here, I'm thinking. If we go to the material, what technique are you looking to do? Are you looking for basic composure tutorial, or so you're looking at basic tutorial for media output? Can definitely go through like every stage of it next week for sure. It could be really cool. So kind of what I want to do is kind of increase. I think I want it like here. What we could do is just do like a white. Don't know if this is the best way to do this, or I guess it could be a value of 1, and then we could do a lerp. Whoop. Why is that? Float types. Or if we just then multiply. Oh, it's not liking this. Okay. It's float 3s. So let's just do this as a value of, is a value of 1 white? I think so. Okay, so that is getting rid of the shadow there. Make this 1. Can I have no shadow, right? Yeah, I'll make this 0. Got loads of shadow. So that is making the shadow brighter and darker, but the shadow on the face is still very dark. Maybe we could do it practically again. We could just go. It's funny that it's really not matching the scene, you know. It kind of is actually. Yeah, it kind of is. So what about just adding another light? I guess we're going to lose some of the shadows, but maybe we can get a middle ground. Yeah, quite like that actually. That's cool. I mean, it's yeah, it's facing the right way now. I actually really liked the shadow when it was going up there, even though it's kind of wrong, but that's cool. I wonder if we could do anything else with more lights, give like a nicer effect. I guess it doesn't have to be correct, it just has to look good. Yeah, that's a bit nicer because it's kind of coming over the side. Yeah, happy with that. And then we got them moving around. Yeah, cool. Let's do a little blend. That's cool. Blended the defeated with the looking over the shoulder. Wait, oh, is that blending? Seeing one over the other. Yeah, that's cool. Cool little animation blend going on there. And then also you could do a bit of pre-recorded footage. This is just an idea. So if we were to swap this out of a video, new tutorial on Composure. What are you after for a new tutorial on Composure? Alpha 5.4 add any new features. So we're trying to roll this out with our new 360 capture via movie render queue. So that's one pretty exciting feature that we got coming out. I think it will come out with this next 5.4 release. All going well, it should do. Really excited about that because it kind of changes the game for 360 renders. You can render 6 times as big as your GPU would previously allow, or somewhere like that. So I managed to get like 12k renders. Managed to get 12k renders out of, I've got a 3070, so not even crazy good graphics card, but I'm getting nearly MSG Sphere level 360 renders. MSG Sphere just uses 16k. There's no need to go any higher than that for absolutely anything. So that new 360 stuff is really cool to play with. There will be a new subscription for the really high res renders, but you can play with it. I think you can go up to 4k with the license that you already have, so you can still totally play with it. And that's just direct out via movie render queue, so it's a lot easier to go out, and it kind of it's a whole other way of rendering compared to what we had before with the kind of render target. So you actually like you see some other kind of artifacting and things kind of avoided through this new movie render queue for 360. We've got a media plane, which is a bit more of a intense bit of work, so we're trying to find a way to get around using any of this composure stuff because it's quite complicated, and just have media that's just like on a plane in 3D space, as it should be really, as Unreal should do it, just on a plane, but crystal clear, non-anti-aliased media, really nice for talent and stuff like that. So pretty happy about that. That's in the works as well. And then just general bug fixes and things, I believe. I think there might have been some other new protocols out or something, but not 100% on what else we've got with the next release. But yeah, keep an eye on the Discord for it. New tutorial about Composure. The thing is, this violent pixelation guy has said he's up for he wants to talk about the media output, so really down to talk about that, but there's also not loads to go over unless we get deep into loads of questions about it. So if there's anything else you want to learn about Composure, please do let me know, because I'm always looking for new ideas of things to cover in the following weeks. So yeah, do let me know if there's anything you're stuck on or want to learn about, or anything we can work out together, you know. I like just trying to work out this stuff and then feed it back. So it's all pretty fresh to me as well. But yeah, one last thing I was going to kind of check out is if we can load a video in here and kind of do a single kind of cinematic shot with a pre-recorded bit of media. Like what I was thinking is you could do an NDI feed from your camera, because you can get NDI on your phone. I'm pretty sure Pretty sure I went over this a little while ago, but I'll show you. It's where you can get NDI tools on your phone. So you could send an NDI feed of your phone's video, your phone's camera, pick it up, send it into Unreal and use it as this media plate. And then also if you're doing a live link to get the position of your camera or your phone, combining those, so you should be able to get a little tracking system for AR, you know, in theory. But yeah, what I've done is I've just loaded a media file source to a local path. Got a media plate. I'm gonna play this. I think there's audio on it. I'm gonna disable that. Just got a shot of a sofa. So we got that, and then that's outputting to a media texture. So we can just push that into here, and bam, he's on the sofa. Then we can do media track media track, and load the media source that we made. And then we can go properties or edit section and make sure that media texture is there. And now the playback is based on where the playhead is in the sequencer. So we got that. And now I was thinking we could kind of eyeball some keyframes for the camera. This is where like it gets very sketchy, but just wanted to try it out. See what it's like. We got that. So, and I'm just gonna manually go in and, so where are we? We're kind of here, right? And you know, for this, I'm gonna turn off this point light. I'll just make it a bit less intense. Yeah, let's leave it like that. And then directional light needs to move as well. Transform. But let's not worry about it too much. Should really fix that shadow thing. It's a bit annoying, isn't it? Very annoying, in fact. Make it massive. Why is that changing the shadow? Oh, right. Just because they're getting that curve. Okay, that's as good as I'm going to get it for now. Cool, it's got some shadows. Oh, the directional light. Transform. Like there, and make sure you hit that transform. I think you can press S to do that. Yeah. Okay, nice. So now I'm gonna do some really nitpicking keyframing. So this one looks good. Kind of trying to make sure it stays somewhere. Trying to find any point of reference in the footage of it, but it's not very good. I guess this point can be here. Yeah, let's see. So let's go. So there, it's already moving. I'm gonna do an alt move. Oh, let's turn on auto keyframe. So that's too much movement. Am I doing the right thing? That's the, sorry, that's the directional light. Cool, Cinecam. Okay, so here he's there. There he wants to be like slightly lower. Yeah, okay, so this is just proving to be absolutely well difficult. Just to get that slight wobble, that's just going to take way too long to try and try and replicate. So you would have to do some kind of tracking. Just get your exact camera movement data, unless you're really good at guessing those keyframes or you get some kind of point of reference. That's just going to be crazy to do, isn't it? But yeah, it depends how precise you want to get with it. I think that's just too much. Kind of less is mooring this one. Kind of sliding too much there. Kind of go from there. Nah. It's all a bit late. Yeah, it's always going to be slippy, isn't it? But it's interesting. If you've got like just a forward moving shot or something like that, it'd be a lot easier to keyframe than kind of camera shake. What happens if we just put a camera shake onto this there? What was it? Blueprint, camera shake. Camera shake base. Location and rotation, and the duration is -1, so it's always there. And then we'll add track shake. Cool, is that actually doing it? We want it super subtle anyway. Yeah, it's always gonna be too random. There's some real tracking going on. But yeah, as I say, it could be fun to try and track NDI input for a camera to get some real AR where you can move the camera in real time. But yeah, basically that's how you'd set up the shadows and stuff. Thanks for hanging out this week and thanks for your questions and stuff. Sounds like we've got some stuff to look into next week, so that's really cool. Thanks for hanging out in the Discord as well. Yeah, no problem, Scraplet. Thanks. Yeah, sorry, Jalen, probably run out of time now, but feel free to tune in next week or with a simulate live effects. I haven't used the simulate before, but feel free to ask in the Discord throughout the week as well. But we can chat about it next week if we get time. Yeah. Yep. Thanks for tuning in again. And thanks on the YouTube as well. Catch you next week for more fun VP tips and tricks.